Summary of the Woman in Cabin 10 by Ruth Ware. A 32-year-old travel reporter named Lo Blacklock is locked in her bedroom in London one night while someone breaks in and takes her things. She has trouble sleeping and having flashbacks since she broke out, but she's determined not to miss her big break, writing about the Aurora, a luxury boat that's sailing through the Norwegian fjords to see the northern lights, for the travel magazine Velocity. Before she goes on the trip, she has a fight with her boyfriend Judah because she doesn't want to move forward in their relationship, even though he's been waiting for months and turned down a job offer in New York to stay with her. By the time she gets on the Aurora, Lo hasn't slept at all and is still having flashbacks to the break-in. Also, she drinks to help her deal with her nervousness. Lo knocks on the door of the cabin next door on the first night of the trip to borrow some mascara. A shocked young woman in a worn-out Pink Floyd t-shirt greets her. The woman seems upset, and right after giving her the makeup, she shuts the door in her face. Lo meets a lot of other writers at the first night's dinner, including her ex-boyfriend Ben Howard, but she never sees the girl again. She is amazed by how young boat owner Lord Richard Bulmare looks and how sick his wife, and Bulmare, who has been fighting cancer, looks. Lo fell asleep that night drunk and very late. She was woken up by what she thought was the sound of a scream, then a loud crash. She runs out onto the veranda and thinks she sees the shape of a woman's hand moving in the water. She also sees a spot of blood on the veranda next door. But by the time Johan Nielsen, the head of security, gets there, the blood is gone. Nielsen tells Lo that cabin 10 has never been empty because she has already talked to the girl there and that she must be in trouble or dead. Early the next morning, Nielsen takes Lo below deck to see if she can find the lost girl among the ship's staff. Lo is shocked by the difference between the staff quarters, which are dark and crowded, and the luxurious rooms upstairs. No one can give her any useful information, though. Even when veteran reporter Tina West gives her a freelance job that could help her advance in her career, Lo is still determined to solve the mystery of the girl's apparent murder. When Lo gets back to her cabin, she sees that the girl's makeup is gone. When she calls Nielsen again, he questions her judgment because she drinks and takes drugs. Lo knows she has to do something on her own to find out what's going on. Lo falls asleep while getting a mud wrap at the ship's spa. When she wakes up, she sees that someone has written "Stop digging" in the steam on the bathroom glass. That afternoon, Lo goes to see Lord Bulmare in person to tell him what she heard the night before. During the whole talk, he is surprisingly calm and uninterested. Later, Lo finds out that her veranda door can't be locked. This gives her a clue about how her mascara and now her cell phone got stolen from her house. She sleeps on the couch that night while she waits for the Aurora to get to Trondheim, Norway, in the morning so she can call the cops. The woman from cabin 10 is still living, though, and she knocks on her door in the middle of the night. Lo follows her down the hall and through a staff door. He is then struck and knocked out. She wakes up in a small room in the middle of the ship that doesn't have a window. Lo is panicking, hungry, and going through medicine withdrawal because she is trapped for an unknown amount of time. Even though it was clear she wasn't supposed to have seen what she did, it wasn't the murder of the strange girl as she had first thought. The girl had been sneaking into her home the whole time and left the scary message. Sometimes the girl brings Lo food, but she always runs away before Lo can catch her. Finally, Lo hits her with the sharp edge of a tray and offers to give her drugs in exchange. When the girl wipes off her penciled eyebrows by accident, Lo knows her right away. It looks like she's and Bulmare. Later, she figures out from the signs that and is actually dead, killed the night the ship left England, and that the girl has been pretending to be and ever since. The girl starves Lo for a few days as punishment after Lo tells her that she knows what's going on. In the meantime, Lo hears the other people getting off the Aurora and is almost overcome with sadness. The girl has changed her mind about Lo though, and the next time she comes back, she tells her name is Carrie. Carrie finally tells Lo that Bulmare had swept her off her feet while she was working as a waitress at his club to make money while she was an actor who was having a hard time. They were seeing each other behind closed doors, and Carrie would sometimes act like and in public. Lo finds out that Bolmare has always planned to use Carrie. He wants to kill and use Carrie for as long as necessary to get Anne's money, but Carrie still says she loves Richard and can't betray him. Carrie tells Lo about the night she helped Bolmare throw an overboard, possibly still alive, and how guilty she feels about it. She is finally able to connect with Carrie on a personal level, and Carrie comes up with a way for Lo to get off the ship. Carrie planned for Lo to dress up as Carrie, lock Carrie in the room, and sneak into the Bulmer's suite to get the money she left there. When Bolmare comes back out of nowhere, Lo has to climb over the barrier on the veranda to get to the room next door, but she falls into the ocean instead. On land, she fights her way to a town hotel and asks for help, but she runs away again when she finds out that the manager is friends with Bolmare. She has to get away from the cops and hide in a barn until an old Norwegian farmer saves her and she can call Judah in England. Bolmare is thought to have killed Carrie by Lo. It is also said that Bolmare killed himself. As Lo heals from what happened on the Aurora, she and Judah decide to move to New York and quit her job at Velocity. This makes her want to become an investigative writer again. 2 months later, after the bodies of Bolmare and were recovered from the North Sea, it is found that Bolmare was shot by someone, and Lo receives a 40,000 Swiss franc transfer from Carrie, indicating that she has survived after all.
About the author. Ruth Ware was born in Sussex and grew up on the south coast of England. Before settling down in North London, she went to Manchester University and lived in Paris for a while. Aside from writing full-time, she has been a waitress, an English teacher, and a bookstore. She has loved writing stories since she was a little girl, but it stayed a hobby until she was in her 30s and started working on books while her 2 kids were in school. That's when she got her first publishing deal. In a Dark Wood and The Lying Game are 2 of her best-known stories.
Hope we summarized it fully and you liked it. Please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel so that we are motivated to create more videos.